Boy bands, they seem to just be around forever, don't they? I'm not talking about the bands themselves, obviously. When abs start hiding in duvets of flab and curtains retreat backwardly over a scalp, the main appeal of a boy band surely is fading. But the manufacture of boy band itself, the genre, has been in existence since the Monkees decided they wanted some of that Beatles money. While the more successful boy bands of the 2020s seem to be more Eastern than previous generations in their origins, the basic boy band formula has been around for years. From the Jackson 5 to the Osmonds to the New Kids on the Block to Take That to Westlife to the Backstreet Boys to One Direction to BTS. Boy bands have been around for 50 odd years now, and they've continued to make teenage males feel physically inadequate as the object of their affection pines for their white-teethed icons. Not all of these handsome charmers had a video game though, but as you can see, NSYNC certainly did. But who the devil are NSYNC? Funnily enough, I think a lot of regular viewers of this channel may well not know beyond the name NSYNC. Well, apart from its most illustrious alumni anyway, that being Justin Timberlake. So let's have a look. NSYNC were formed in 1995 Florida by founding member Chris Kirkpatrick. He met then record producer Lou Pearlman, who had previously brought together the even more famous Backstreet Boys, and later his own buttocks in the shower when he served time and eventually died in prison after all sorts of shady dealings. Pearlman financed Kirkpatrick as he brought the group together. It was a bit like the Avengers, only with more hair gel and wet teenager pant gussets. One of Kirkpatrick's first calls was to JC Chazes and Justin Timberlake, who were just finishing up with the Mickey Mouse Club TV show in 1994. They then recruited Joey Fatone and Jason Galuso, and it was the last letters of their first names that gave the band their name, NSYNC, which was sort of ruined when Galasso left. Still, their name was also what Justin's mum declared their voices as, so they could at least lean on that rather than their name folly. Lance Bass replaced Galasso, and the rest is history. History which I'm going to continue to talk about with my mouth. They released a string of singles that made top 10s worldwide, selling 70 million records, completing multiple tours both nationally and across the world, and they became the 7th best-selling boy band of all time. Their success was helped by Justin Timberlake's public relationship with the unquestionably biggest star of the late 90s, early 2000s, in Britney Spears. Britney, for a while at least, would go on to ascend even higher, whereas NSYNC folded in 2002. Timberlake managed to do the impossible and became a credible artist across multiple generations of music fans. NSYNC reunite occasionally for major events, but largely they are now naught but a 35-year-old woman's secret nostalgia buzz, dusted off only when a DJ puts on one of their records towards the end of the night of a cheesy playlist. But you know, that's fine. They made their money. Good honest hard work, that crooning. There were 2 games released that bore the band's name in 2001, both released by Infogrames and developed by Stunt Puppy Entertainment. One was a PC CD-ROM which was full of video footage of the boys and had an element where the band members would call you on a telephone. I mean, not really, they're just sort of sound clips on the CD-ROM. Lance Bass is busy dating 10s who are legal, Nicole. He doesn't want to speak to you. I'm sorry. The other game is the one we're covering right now, which is NSYNC Get to the Show, and that was on the Game Boy Color. In this game you play the band's #1 fan, and they've recruited you to run their tour and look after their errands. I mean, it's cheap to get someone in to do all of this, as they'll probably do it for free, such as their doting admiration. But the tendency for that person to scream when JC stoops to pick up his trainers must be pretty irritating. Also, a dedicated tool manager with years of experience will probably be able to do the job professionally and efficiently, and they won't keep stopping to say, oh my god, I'm standing next to Joey Fatone," and sniffing his shirts. Still, that's the cards NSYNC have dealt themselves, and they must live with their crazy decisions. You can even choose your favourite boy, who will give you the majority of your tasks. It's definitely one for those subservient female fans, although unfortunately your favourite NSYNC member won't spank you the way you like if you don't iron his shirt. The main part of the game has you driving vertically up a branching road system to the 3 levels that make up this game. And if you're thinking that this looks a little bit like that Ghostbusters game that came out on the 8-bits, well, you're in my head, get out you. Rest assured there's no road-based hoovering up of ghosts in this one though, mainly because NSYNC were not known for their spectral pest control. Instead, the band members will ask you to drop them at various locales. Pulling into these locales will give you some extra points, but all you do is pull in and drive off again. There's no mini games here, no cutscenes. They'll ask for haircuts, basketball games, the gym, and none of these have anything interactive or visual related to them at all. You just drive upwards and stop and then move again. Your first interactive stop though will be to take the boys to their hotel for a bit of shut-eye. It's exhausting work, this performing in a boy band. All 5 of them are very light sleepers though, and various other guests, animals and other noisy gadgets are seemingly hell-bent on the chaps not getting their beauty sleep. How dare they? So the band have asked you to stand outside the hotel in the opposite building and shoot anything making a din. Yes, shoot things. Grannies, cats and dogs are fair game for this slaughter, and you'll have multiple stages to obliterate these inconsiderate bastards by exterminating their lives. If a simplistic Gameboy Color interpretation of a member of the band appears though, you must not shoot them. Instead, you must press the other button and shoot them with fan whimsy instead, as the egotistical crew come to be doused in adulation while they should be asleep. Blast a bandmate with hate and you'll lose a point, and you have to get enough points in the time limit to clear the stage, where you must start again. A highly bizarre idea, but very generic in practice. It's fine, but a fairly inauspicious start to this NSYNC game. After that, you'll go back on the road for more constant stops by the attention-deficient boys, who will continue to help you build your score. Keep an eye out for the letters in both the road and levels themselves, as you could boost your score even higher. Just think of the enormous swelling pride you'll have when you inform your 40-year-old male friends of your impressive NSYNC Get to the Show score. They will be well gel. Next up, and the band has got their hunger up. Despite the fact that you may have stopped for burgers on several occasions on the way, they still want more flesh and bread shoved down their gullets. And what Chris Kirkpatrick wants, Chris Kirkpatrick gets. Watch your waistlines though, chaps. Your career could end very quickly if you get a muffin top. Do you know what I'm saying? Each band member wants their tuck, and a specific giant ass burger will be placed on their backs, and they're more than happy to stand under as the ingredients are thrown from the ceiling. What kind of bizarre restaurant is this? I really want to go. Each one of these fickle band members will build their preferred snack, and if they fail, then you'll just have to control them again. Not only that, they constantly change what they actually like in their burgers between stages. Indecisive pricks. Joey doesn't want lettuce. I guess that's why he's the Fatone. Fatone's spelled the same way as Fat One. Yeah, it doesn't really work when you say it, does it? It's a bit like an extended version of that Bishy Bashy mini game where you build a burger. And it's fine, I guess. Once the NSYNC crew are suitably fed, it's time to drive to our next venue, where, and I quote, the pals decide to kick the sack. Sadly, this isn't an inter-band threshing it out session where they kick each other's testicles in frustration. I can't believe you got to bang Prime Britney. Have this. No, instead they're playing hacky sack, and it's not even the complex trickery found in the much earlier California games. They literally just pass it to each other, and you have to keep it going for the allotted time period. It gets old fast, and you have to do it multiple times. It's not even a sack, it's a ball. Once you've done that, well, it's on to the show. And you, yes you get to make these human-shaped dish blobs dance whilst changing the colour of the lighting. How exciting. It's not even a game though. You see, it's a reward. This is you completing the game in 20 minutes. There's no extras beyond this either, apart from the ability to play the 3 fairly subpar mini games again in whatever order you like. You just get a quick thanks for being the best fan / slave labour of NSYNC. Well done, Hitler. Boy oh boy, is this game light on content. I mean, there's light on content, then it's this. This is as thin as a moth wing or a 2023 Tesco carrier bag wall. Even the most ardent NSYNC fan will leave feeling a little bit shortchanged here. I mean, how about just sort of bolstering it up a bit with, like, I don't know, a trivia round? How much room would 150 NSYNC questions take up? I mean, just give the fans a little bit more than this. So yes, NSYNC Get to the Show didn't win me over, and it FN stinks, and it can get in the bin. Bye 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 bye. I think that's how it went anyway. Anyway, like, subscribe, and thanks, bye. Bye bye. Did it go like that? Episode's over.